Everyone that I talk to these days is either leaving the UK or thinking about it to go to sunnier shores in the Middle East. I get it, the glorious weather, well apart from the summers, booming economies, and a growth mindset that feels like it's missing from the UK right now. But here's the thing, leaving the UK isn't as simple as packing your bags and not looking back. You need to make sure that you meet the conditions of the Statutory Residence Test, so you're actually treated as non-resident. And with so many people making the move, it's no surprise that HMRC are opening more and more inquiries into residence positions. I mean, after all, they want the tax. One of my clients found this out the hard way after HMRC challenged her claim to be non-resident, putting £120,000 of tax at stake. If you're new here, I'm Abbas, a chartered accountant and chartered tax advisor. I work with entrepreneurs and business owners on all aspects of their and their company's tax affairs, including helping individuals cease UK residence and stop paying UK taxes when they no longer live here. So what happened in this case? So this individual had been working in the UK for a well-known multinational company before moving to the UAE in 2020. She joined the UAE branch of her company and filed her 2020-21, 21-22, 22-23, and 22-24 tax returns on the basis that she was non-resident, with her employment duties carried out in the UAE, meaning no UK tax on her earnings. She did, however, visit the UK regularly and carry out some work while she was here. That put her on HMRC's radar. They opened an inquiry into her 22-23 tax return, disputing her residence position. And if they were right, she'd owe £40,000 of tax for that year alone. To make matters worse, her previous accountant had made mistakes in earlier returns, which she later corrected, giving HMRC grounds to look back further. During the inquiry, they hinted that they could review prior years as well, potentially bringing the total at stake to £120,000. So this inquiry began in March 2024, and she initially decided to respond herself. She spent around 130 days in the UK and argued that she was a leaver with just the 90-day tie, meaning she could spend up to 182 days in the UK before becoming resident again. HMRC disagreed. They claimed that she also had the work tie, which reduced her limit to 120 days, making her UK resident in their view. After more than a year of back and forth correspondence with HMRC and no sign of them shifting, she came to me in April 2025. We reviewed all correspondence and information to date and took over communications. Straight away, we could see where HMRC were asking for irrelevant details or for information they already had access to. We pushed back on unreasonable requests and focused the discussion on the actual legislative tests. She had already given HMRC her day counts and UK workdays, but it hadn't changed their view. We reframed the position with detailed references to the legislation and HMRC's own guidance, highlighted where they were misinterpreting their own rules, and backed it all with evidence, much of which they already had but had overlooked. After just 2 rounds of correspondence, HMRC confirmed that they would close the inquiry and accept her original tax return, meaning that they were agreeing that she was non-UK resident. The result? £40,000 saved for 22-23, plus a further potential £80,000 protected by avoiding an inquiry into the earlier years or 23-24. Sometimes people think that responding to HMRC themselves will save the money, but inquiries aren't just about sending over what HMRC asks for and giving them the facts. They're about knowing how to present them, when to challenge, and when to push back. The Statutory Residence Test is a minefield, and HMRC are becoming more and more aggressive in challenging those who leave the UK, especially for low tax jurisdictions. If you get it wrong, or you let HMRC set the narrative for you, you could end up paying tens of thousands of pounds that you don't actually owe. In this case, the difference between going it alone and having the right expertise was £120,000. So if you're leaving the UK, make sure that you get specialist advice so you know exactly how many days you can spend here and what documentation you need. And if HMRC are questioning your resident status, get proper advice before you say a word. It could be the most valuable conversation that you ever have. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tax planning tips, and I'll see you in the next video.